Okay, now come to practice 2, page 27. Helen's mom is reading Helen a story. So again, you have to ask yourself who is talking and who is listening. And this time the talking person would be Helen's mom. And Helen is the one who is listening. And what is Helen's mom talking about? She is telling a story. And then you have to quickly ask yourself who are in the story? What is the story about? If you go through the question very quickly, then you would see a name Rupert and Squirrel, and then another name Susie. Okay, so then you know it's a story about squirrel. Okay, now, so number 1, in which season did the story happen? Spring, summer, autumn, winter? So if you if you listen carefully to what mom says, then you will see one bright March morning, Rupert Squirrel woke up after his long winter sleep. So he woke up after his long winter sleep. That means it's not winter now because it's already over. And you know the month is March, so it would be spring. Number 2, what did Rupert do when he woke up? So what did he do? He shouted at the sleeping squirrels. He hurt his toe. He moved around quietly. He cut some trees. So answer is yes. Answer is C. He moved around quietly because here he says all the other squirrels were still snoring loudly, snoring. The noise you make when you sleep, snoring. That means the other squirrel were still sleeping. He did not want to wake them up, so he tiptoed quietly out of his bed. So tiptoe, that means walking very quietly with his toes. Okay, so that's move around quietly. Number 3, why did Rupert say, "Oh no"? He saw people cutting down a tree. All the trees in the forest were gone. Other squirrels were still sleeping. There were not many trees left in the forest. So which one is the answer when he said, "Oh no"? So let's see. When he saw the forest, he couldn't believe his eyes. "Oh no! Why are there so few trees? People keep cutting down our trees. I must tell the others about this." Okay, so are there no trees left? No, there are still some, but just a few, not many. Okay, so why are there so few trees? This is the answer. That means there were not many trees left in the forest. A is wrong because he did not see anyone cutting down trees at that time when he said, "Oh no." He said assume that people cut trees all the time. Okay, if this is what people usually do, he's just saying the fact, but not meaning that he is actually seeing someone cutting down trees at that moment. And all the trees in the forest were gone is wrong because, like I said, there are still some trees left. It's just that there aren't many. And other squirrel was still sleeping. Yeah, we all know that, but that wasn't the reason why Rupert said, "Oh no." Number 4, Susie Squirrel was humble, generous, punctual, responsible. Which one is the answer? Yes, the answer should be generous. Okay, now let's see Susie Squirrel. The next day, the squirrel met to discuss how to save the forest. They all agreed they needed a leader who was responsible and diligent. "Perhaps I could be the leader," suggested Susie Squirrel. "I know that everyone likes you because you always share your nuts with the others," replied Rupert. But you are always late for the meeting, Susie. I'm afraid we need somebody who is more responsible. So when Susie said, I could be the leader, okay, and Rupert rejected. But before he rejected, he said, I know that everyone likes you because you always share your nuts with the others. So this is the reason why proves that Susie is generous. He shares her nuts. Number 5. Which of the following is not true about Simon Squirrel? And then Simon says, Simon Squirrel is never late. He is clever and he studies very hard every night. Maybe he could be the leader, suggested Sam Squirrel. And then let's see what Simon replies. Simon says, Yes, I am the cleverest squirrel in the whole world. I know everything about nuts and trees. And then you see the attitude was boastfully, okay, boastfully. And then, so he is diligent, yes, so because he studies very hard. He is smart, yes, he says he's clever. These are all true. And then he's punctual, yes, he said he never late. And is he humble? No. Okay, you can see what he says. He said, I'm the cleverest in the whole world. And I know everything. Okay, yeah, so he's not humble at all. All right. Number 6. The following pictures show how the squirrels chose their leader. And then, now I didn't quote it here, but you can refer to your book, page 28, to see the pictures. Now, the answer should be B. Okay. Number 2, 4, 1, 3. And you see, I have an idea. That's from Susie. Okay, so the number 1, the first picture should be number 2. Okay, Susie has an idea. Tonight, everyone chooses their favorite leader and writes the name on a small piece of wood. Tomorrow, we will count the pieces of wood. The squirrel who gets the most pieces of wood with their names on will become the leader. Okay, so number 4 is the second one. The second picture. You can see squirrel Susie is writing the names on a piece of wood. And then picture 1 would be the third one, that Susie will pick up all the woods, okay, and Susie can help collect all the pieces of wood, and let's meet here at noon tomorrow. So you can see here, Susie collected the pieces of wood in a basket. And then the last one would be picture number 3, Rupert. Then Rupert sorted and counted them. So Rupert was picture 3. Okay. Number 7. Why did Rupert say, "Oh dear"? He did not want Susie to be the leader. No one chose him as the leader. He did not want to be the leader. He was worried that he could not be a good leader. So why was he say, "Oh dear"? What a surprise, cried Rupert. I didn't know I was so popular. Oh dear, I'm not sure if I can do the job well. So who wins in this selection? Rupert, yes, that's why he said, I didn't know I was so popular. But then he was worried, you see, worriedly. He was worried because I'm not sure if I can do the job well. It means he could not be a good leader. He was just afraid. He had never been a leader before, and now now all the squirrels chose him to be the leader, so he was a bit worried. Number 8. What was the best title for the story? And then you can see how the other squirrel responds when Rupert was worried. Don't worry, we'll help. We will all help you and support you. will be there for you. So answer should be a leader for the squirrels. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you get most of the question correct. If not, you can always come back to watch this video again, and after reading the script, I'm sure that the answer actually is quite obvious. Okay, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.